And I see myself every day when I'm editing these videos, and I notice how chopped my freaking lips are. So today I'm doing myself a favor and you guys, so you don't have to witness crustiness. We're going crazy, baby. We're going crazy today. Today's a fun shoot. Today we're actually gonna be doing a little photo shoot with my friend Sierra. She's a great model. Never met her before, so it should be fun. I'm actually waiting for her now. So what we're gonna do is kind of like this sportsy kind of thing going on. She has these polos, so we're gonna just do a white backdrop. We have natural lighting. We're not gonna do anything extra, nothing too fancy. Yeah, it's a beautiful studio. It's huge. Look at this. And I'm just waiting here. Nobody else is here. It's like, I don't have a watch there, so I don't know why I did that. It's like 7 a.m. It's not, it's like 9 a.m., but it feels like 7 a.m. And it is really cold out, but I thought, you know, you guys always see me in something that's not cool. So today I had to bring out the jacket. I had to bring out the leather. It's fake leather for everybody out there, but nevertheless, it's wonderful. Anyways, I'm yapping too much. Let's get into it. All right, guys, what is up? Welcome back to Once Upon a Time. And in today's video, if you remember, if you're an OG fan of the vlogs, the photo blogs, you will see that we're at a familiar studio. If you don't, this is the one where I showed Curtis, where I was showing you guys how to use color gels and strobe lights for a photo shoot. And today we're gonna go a little more simpler on the setup. We're just gonna do a white backdrop here, and we're gonna have pretty much this polo kind of sportsy look that I mentioned before. And it should be pretty fun. So first things first, while we wait for the model, I'm gonna set up the backdrop. Again, we're shooting natural lighting. I'm gonna use the Fujifilm X100VI, my baby, my sweet, sweet baby. So let's get into it. All right, so first things first, we're gonna put on the backdrop. And now, if you guys saw my video on how to do a editorial in 1 hour, it's gonna be pretty much the same setup here for the backdrop. First things first, I wanna move out all this lighting stuff that doesn't really do much for me. Here, remove all this, and then we're gonna take 2 of these old C-stands. If you guys are in the film industry, maybe you're a film student, so you just do photos yourself. You've seen these before. Usually you use them for lights. You can use them for anything, but I've been using them a lot lately to set up backdrops because it's a really quick and easy way to do it on the go. So that's what we're gonna do here. And the nice thing about this studio is that they do include these things here. Then we take our backdrop here and we just do a little bit of this, and something like that. Then next is on this thing here, if you can hear me. Also, FD Photo Studios, this is dirty, I'm not paying for it. Look at all that, look at all that. Disappointing, something like that. And I kind of just eyeball whatever I think feels right. I take these little clippers here. You can do 1 or 2, whatever you feel comfortable with, but because I'm a bad boy, I'm just gonna do 1. So we're just gonna do that. And the next step is just lifting this thing up. Okay, now that we fixed that, the next step is just taping down this thing. And I like to leave it a little loose in the back just because you never know if a model might accidentally walk back into the backdrop and actually completely destroy it, which has happened before. So what I do to ensure that it doesn't happen is I just keep that in mind and make it a little looser. A lot of tape, guys. A lot of tape. A lot of tape. All right, now that that's done, all we have to do is wait for the model. All right, guys, I'm here with our model today. Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about what we're doing today, and maybe how long you've been doing modeling for.
My name is Sierra Williams. I've been modeling 13 years, I think.
Wow, that's as old as I am.
And today we're shooting some like sporty fashion vibes, right?
That's all it is. We're just gonna try something out. So if you guys want to follow her, here's her Instagram. And let's do it. All right, guys. So I messed up. I messed up hugely. I did mess up. I went downstairs to get the model and I didn't realize my mic was on me. And so I guess it disconnected from the camera. Didn't realize that the rest of the shoot had no audio. I mean, it did have audio, but it's extremely loud because we had a heater going and it was super old. So it was really loud. So you're going to have to bear with my beautiful voice, like ASMR, you know, in 4K, 255 frames per second. And so I thought I'd take this opportunity to tell you about one of my favorite things in photos that people always ask me about. And if you've been a fan of my show or a fan of my YouTube channel for a while, you know I love my texture and props. I think textures and props, especially nowadays with everybody being a photographer, are what makes your photos stand out, specifically when you're shooting with a very plain background. So not only do I want to talk about the textures, but I want to talk about the contrast in textures that can add to your photos. Now, what do I mean by that? In this case, I had Sierra wear this really nice nylon kind of sportsy jacket that's blue, which already contrasts from the white really nicely, right? We have a nice little contrast naturally going there. But then she she showed me that brown leather bag that she had that almost looks like a vase. And I was like, hey, maybe we should do this, because now we have like a double whammy, double contrast, triple entendre, whatever that word is. Now not only do we have a contrast in color, but we also have a contrast in textures. So we have this rough nylon looking material, and I'm not sure if it's nylon, so don't quote me on that, contrasted to this nice smooth leather bag, contrasted to the white back. The model can do very minimal things, and the photo can still stand out alone by the fact that we have these amazing colors going on and these amazing textures. And this is something that goes for everything in photography, and something that you should think about when you're doing your shoots to make sure they stand out. And that's contrast that can be seen also in themes as well as locations. So for example, I did a shoot recently where I had this model wearing this really soft, fluffy like clothing, but it was shot in like a dilapidated house situation, which already gives you this nice contrast. That photo already stands out in your head. Bright colors as well in like a really dull place or a dull background, that really helps. Another thing that really helps is that I'm using the nostalgia negative Fujifilm X100VI simulation, which is already like a fantastic cheat code for anybody that wants to get into photography. That's like my go-to. It makes for this really nice almost film look that just makes your photos stand out incredibly well without having to do much editing. Now I did edit these photos a little bit. I took them into Lightroom and just added like lightness, changed the hues, all that kind of stuff. But I will make a video about editing soon. My last video got corrupted, so I have to film it again. We also did a little clothing change towards the last 10 minutes of the shoot, just so we can get a little more variety. And here I played more with facial expressions, more close-ups, things like that, you know? Alright, that was it for the video, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Shout out to you, and thank you for 3,600 subscribers. Next time I see you, I'm gonna binge watch all the seasons of every show ever. Don't forget to subscribe and follow CR. Yeah, Alright, see you guys next week.